He said in verse 21, place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. So that was Moses' purpose for building a kingdom. But for our purpose of building a perpetual money machine, he said, you will be able to endure. He said, it will be easier for you, for they will bear the burden with you. If you do this thing and God so commands you. So Bob said, let's take a look at your bank, Kelton. So the person listening to this introduces people to you, known as the top leader. That way they can leverage your knowledge. And you, as the top leader, can show their people how to assemble their perpetual money machines. And when they purchase one of those packages called the Pro, you get paid $150 here. And $150 here. And when the second product package is purchased, it triggers the team commission to be paid because the 600 sales volume points from the first product that's bought from one side of the tree matches the 600 sales volume points from the product package bought from the other side of the tree. And those 600 points are calculated based on 20% of that 600. So the team commission here equals $120. So that means you've been paid 3 times from 2 transactions for a total of $420. $150 on the left, $150 on the right, and $120 for the team commission. 420. Now, as we see, we have also started constructing this perpetual money machine and the first floor of this building. Now, those 2 team builders start building their first floor of a fast start bonus and a team commission, which is your second floor. And the pattern continues of 2 that find 2. Team builder to team leader. As you can see, 2 more team commissions are paid to you because the 600 sales volume points earned from the product package that is bought from one side of the tree matches with the 600 sales volume points earned from the product package bought from the other side of the tree. So because the 600 sales volume points are calculated based on 20% of that 600, the team commission equals $120. From these 2 transactions and these 2 transactions. So based on the 20 hours worked from your first floor, 10 hours here, 10 hours here, which builds your second floor, which are these 2 team commissions, 10 hours here, 10 hours here, 10 hours here, and 10 hours here. That equals $240. $120 plus $120. Total team commissions paid in your bank is $660. The 2 fast start bonuses you earned at the first floor of your business and the 3 team commissions that you earned from the first floor combined with the second floor. Now, as each of these 4 new team builders are introducing people who want to assemble their own perpetual money machines by the pattern of team builder to team leader, let's add up this pattern so far. So within your first 10 hours, part-time, you found 2 people for your first floor. You earned $420 based on your own 10 part-time hours. So now you have 20 hours working for you from your first floor because they want 20 part-time hours working from them. So from your second floor and your team leader's first floor, you earn $240 based on these 40 part-time hours. So you have those contributing to your team income for a total of $660. And from the third floor, you now have earned another $480 from these 80 part-time hours worked. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 8 people at 10 hours, 80 hours. So you've been paid $1,140 based on 140 part-time hours. 80 from the third floor, 40 from the second floor, 20 from the first floor, that's a total of 140 hours paid instantly. Why? Because your income is not limited by time here. As a matter of fact, your perpetual money machine only required you to contribute 10 hours yourself. So do you see this as simple math or hype, Kelton? I said simple math, Bob. Bob said the key to this coaching tree is this, Kelton. Always run the play that makes sure it's everybody's intent to build the pattern that assembles the machine, which is team builder to team leader. 2 that find 2. Simple? I said, Bob, I hated math in school, but this math is simple, it sounds good, and it makes money. Bob said, finally, Kelton, so far we've earned money from the personal sales of any initial product package called a Fast Start bonus. We start to earn recurring income on the first month subscription and continuing subscriptions on those packages, monthly subscriptions. Call them monthly subs. And we see here we're starting to earn passive income called team commissions. But before I go on to the last 2 lessons, can you recall what I told you about the priorities of people who invest time and money for business? I say yes. Essentially, they want to know how fast this perpetual money machine they buy can become a no cost, better income business with no risk and no interruption in their current workflow. And all they have to do is ask a few simple questions that lead to appointments 100% of the time with a team leader. Bob said, that's pretty much it. Then Bob said, remember, Kelton, that 1% of 100 people's efforts is better than 100% of your own? I said, yes. He said, well, right now, I've got to show you how to stay on a team income mindset so you don't get stuck in average by a me income mindset. He said, you know how a baby has to be weaned off milk and onto solid food like meat? I said, yes. He said, okay, the milk is the 9 to 5 or independent contractor or service provider mindset. And the meat is the pattern of team builder to team leader. Because without leveraging your income, it's like trying to build a house by yourself or a car by yourself. I said, from milk to meat, billionaires sure think different. I said, right, Bob. He said, Kelton, I'm going to show you this again, so listen to me so I can make sure you got it. What makes more sense to you to apply your faith to? A, trying to make money and achieve greatness by a me income, where your accomplishments are restricted because time is limited for you, or B, getting ahead faster and earning leveraged income because time is working for you. I said, let me think. B, all day, Bob. He said, Kelton, whenever I think about challenges in the economy and how my business is more relevant now than it's ever been for people who need what we have, guess what I think about? I said, what's that? He said, first of all, I remember that a wise man once said, life is all about numbers. You come in the world on a number and you leave the world on a number. And everything in between is all about numbers. And then I think about these numbers. Aren't these numbers the truth? 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I said paycheck behind paycheck. He said, don't people have credit card debt? Are they getting out of debt every month or are they going deeper into debt every month? He said, most people have less than $10,000 in their savings account and they have less than $50,000 for retirement. Aren't these numbers the truth? I said, yep. He said, Kelton, you ever notice how much turbulence or how many mountains that you can crash into when you fly at lower altitudes, like 10,000 feet? I said, yeah, you can definitely run into a mountain. You could run into a building. He said, but when you get up to 30,000 feet, there is no turbulence or no mountains or obstacles, and it's a smooth ride, huh? I said, yeah, I can't wait to get up that high when I'm on the plane. He said, Kelton, the reason why the people who need our product need it is because they have financial turbulence and financial mountains that they're in financial danger of crashing into. But the concepts I'm sharing with you put the wind in the sails of this $1 million move we're making. I said, the wind in the sails. Okay. He said, think about it. We have a perfect storm. And one of the elements is wind. I said, okay, I like how you use analogies, Bob. He said, well, I want to help you avoid the turbulence in the mountains of a low money life so you can fly high above these financial challenges and climb the $1 million mountain of these numbers I'm about to share with you as you get paid instantly while doing it. I said, I like that analogy too. He said, you ready to buckle up? I said, let's ride then. He said, okay, Kelton, this chart has 4 columns. The first column on the left shows you these 14 ranks that are relevant for you to understand because they help to explain another way you get paid that I'll show you next. The second column here, these numbers, shows the sales volume points calculated from the side of your coaching tree that has the lesser volume that trigger the instant pay for your team commission when it matches that amount of sales volume points that were from the other side of the tree with the higher volume from the hours worked of other people as you get paid instantly 20% of whatever amount occurs. I said, okay. He said, now this third column shows you how many product packages purchased. Try to say that 3 times fast. On the left team that provide the sales volume points matched with product packages purchased on the right team that provide the sales volume points that it takes to earn those sales volume points. In other words, this triggers that instant pay and the other bonus I'm going to share with you in a minute. So these are how many product packages it would take for the volume. For example, if you want to earn $2,000 a week, that means the rank is called diamond, and you would need 17 pro sales on the left side of your business and 17 pro sales on the right side of your business. You would need 50 video suite packages to get 10,000 in volume, and you would need 250 video email only packages to earn that kind of volume to pay you that $2,000. So what would be a better option? 17 products, 50 products, or 250 products for $2,000 in instant pay? I said, that's pretty much a no-brainer. He said, so this fourth column, Kelton, shows the amount of money paid instantly in team commissions when those points that are powered by the lesser volume leg are calculated by 20% of whatever that amount is. So, do your financial goals require $2,000? Okay, simple. Assemble the machine to produce 3 to 4 pro package team leaders committed to the 7 to 10 hours a week of the input needed for those 2 team builders that find 2 team leaders so that 17 pro packages can be distributed. So it's all about building the machine. Bob said, so Kelton, the key is whatever your income goal is, let's say it's $10,000 a week, maybe it's $10,000 a month. Teach leverage and team income to achieve this product volume you need. Flowing through your business to stay away from the trap of a me income like average people do. I said, okay, Bob, I'll put teaching this chart on my schedule. He said, a smart man has a smart plan. Bob said, okay, Kelton, that volume seems like a lot of work, doesn't it? I said, whew, yes. He said, well, that's only because you are still thinking of a me way of making money. So would it be okay to ask you a question that you should get excited about? I said, sure. He said, ask this question to people and see what kind of response you get. You ready? I said, sure. Kelton, suppose I could show you a way that you can earn on an extra 60 hours of income, but all you would have to do is work with me for just 1.5 hours a day, 10 hours a week. Would that intrigue you to want to know more about it? Then, Kelton, if they ask you any question, you just use the 22 words. They get appointments and presentations 100% of the time, and let the ratio dictate the results. Now, Kelton, let me simplify this for you by what's known as the law of explosive growth and pushing up people. I said, okay, Bob, you got it. See, Kelton, the reason why this volume piles up is because we have built our company in such a manner that the only way you can succeed is by the system pushing up people who want to build their own perpetual money machines by a simple pattern that starts with you. So, replicating the pattern of finding two people who want more money, more time, more freedom, and more happiness, that find two others that want the same as you, working just 1.5 part-time hours a day, which is 10 part-time hours a week. And you introduce people to a top leader like me. We find just two people who want to see a plan where they can earn an extra 60 hours of income. Does that make sense? I said, yeah, that makes plenty of sense. He said, Kelton, when that intrigues them enough that they want to know more about it, the process simply repeats itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on and on and on amount of times. I said, wow, okay. So the question becomes, if you can find two that find two because they're getting 20 hours of time contributing to their income, guess what you're getting? You're getting 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then you're getting another 60 here, 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 another 60, another 60, another 60, all volume flowing down, all volume flowing down into your bank account. And how am I paying you? Same day pay as it happens. So here's the question, Kelton. For this to occur, would you want explosive growth where two find two every 72 hours, or average growth where two find two once a week? I said, well, 72 hours, that's twice a week, right, Bob? He said, yep. I said, I want explosive growth. He said, a smart man has a smart plan. Bob said, Kelton, I know that from the templates I make for you, the team you're building is for people who want to achieve greatness and live an exceeding, abundant, above all you can ask or think lifestyle, just like God says you can, right? I said, right. So what I do with this bonus is I match the team commissions that you earn as you guys grow by percentages on generations. Wait a minute. You're going to match the team commissions? Yes. Now watch how this works. Now, before I go into that, remember you was telling me how when you first got started with us, LinkedIn acknowledged your profile for being in the top 10% of all their profiles viewed because you were using the video communications products, right? I said, right. He said, well, here's a question. What do they pay you through the coaching work you do through those people? I said, Bob, well, I pay $70 to them to use their features and functionality so I can connect like I need to and do business. So they don't pay me anything. Bob said, okay, after I explain this, tell me what network you think is better to build and what makes a more life changing impact, okay? Since you want to achieve greatness. He said, I want you to look at the ranking achievements, starting with the left column, starting at gold, which is the lowest ranking achievement because it's where everybody starts, all the way down to the highest ranking achievement at the bottom row, Imperial Blue Diamond. Now, look at the black columns up top from left to right. And you'll see 10 generations. Now, Kelton LinkedIn calls these degrees of connections. I said, okay, you're right. He said, so as you look at the first generation, notice that every one of the 14 ranks from gold and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you earn 10% of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. Now, this is where you start to earn from their connections, Kelton, something no social media network does. Now, starting at Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning 5% from the second generation and third generations. Of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Blue Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the fourth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Grand Blue Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the fifth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Royal Blue Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the sixth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Presidential Blue Diamond and the last two ranks down to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the seventh generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Ambassador Blue Diamond and the last rank of Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the eighth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And finally, from Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 2.5% on the ninth and the 10th generation of the weekly team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. So what that means is I'm going to pay you up to 50% mega matching bonuses up to the 10th generation. Bob took a sip of his coffee and he said, by the way, Kelton, do 9 to 5s pay you for inspiring people to do something that helps them achieve more in life, or igniting the fire of motivation within the spirit of people in ways that support their development of their aspirations, or for being a trusted advisor, or imparting skill sets and wisdom keys that build up their knowledge? I said, no. He said, well, you need to get paid for coaching. Think about that. So suppose, Kelton, there is no one that does what we do at Talk Fusion, especially since there are billions of businesses in the world and 50 million new businesses are started each year, and they all need video marketing. Do you think you could have a mindset that thinks, I know more than you, pay me, valuation in the market, when it comes to the number one thing that every person needs to communicate more effectively, frequently, and persistently? I said, I sure could, Bob.